You want to know the top 4 ways I find my most profitable Facebook targeting? Well, stick around and find out.
Level up our lifestyle if we love the game.
What is up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here, and today I am sharing 4 ways to find crazy profitable Facebook targeting. And here's why today's video is super important. With so many people advertising on Facebook, we all tend to find the same profitable audiences to target. I even remember a time when people were actually selling their targeting list because that's how valuable targeting lists were. So these interests can get saturated pretty quickly. And unless you have thousands of customers in your database to create your own personal lookalike audiences, well, you're pretty much forced to target the same groups of people that everyone else is. So it's really important to make sure that your audiences are fresh and you're always finding new pockets of profitable buyers. Well, today I wanted to give you those 4 ways of doing that, and 3 of them are totally free, and you can get started right now. But before we get into all of that, I just wanted to welcome those of you that are brand new here. Again, my name is Adrian Morrison, and I've been running dropshipping stores through Facebook ads for close to a decade. And I'm recognized by Shopify as one of their top coaches. I'm one of the only people that is actually endorsed and sponsored, certified directly by Shopify. So you know that the content that you're going to get from me right here on this channel is up to date. So if your goal is to make money online, hit that subscribe button right now, because every week I release completely free training videos just like this one. All right, so let's get into it. The first method is going to be Facebook's suggested targeting. This is the easiest one. It's free and it takes the least amount of work, or so it would seem. But there's still a lot of ways to utilize this feature to give you an edge. You see, most people just put their best interest in and then check out the first 2 suggestions that Facebook will make. But what I would encourage you to do is really go down the rabbit hole with this. I'll give you a few examples right now on my computer. So we have Facebook open right here, and this is where we go in and we put in our targeting. So first, don't just put 1 or 2 interests in here, but load this box up with interest so you can see suggestions. So people will come in here and say, I'm selling a dog product, and they'll type in dog. And it takes Facebook a second to load this up. They're like, oh my gosh, 578 million dog lovers. I'm rich. No, that's not what you do with this tool. If you're going to use this tool, you've got to go, like I said, down that rabbit hole. And it's kind of like a Pandora station, because you're dealing with an algorithm. They'll start to put other similar, very good interest in the suggested box as you enter more interest in, totally outside of what you were expecting. So for example, what I'll do is I'll make sure that I come in here and I try to avoid getting these top interests, because everyone else in the world is going to put in dogs, dog groomer, dog trainer, dog walker, right? I want to do my best to avoid the targeting that everybody else in the world is using. So what I'll do is I'll scroll down a little bit and I'll look for, say, rescue dog. And I'll type that in, because we know that anybody interested in rescue dogs is super passionate about dogs. Then we'll hit the suggestion button, and all of a sudden we've got shelter dogs, pet adoption, puppy love. You see, the algorithm does work just like a Pandora station. So I'll start loading this up until Facebook starts to learn exactly what I am looking for. And that's how I find better interest. So if you want bonus points, you can repeat this process a few more times. Now look, the point isn't to come up with interests that no one's ever heard of or are insanely niche. Listen, all you're trying to do is find where your customers are hanging out in interests or keywords that maybe not a lot of people are targeting. So just one example is the other day, I was having a lot of success targeting Shopify for one of my Shopify training courses, because I have courses that teach Shopify. Well, after digging and stacking interests like I'm showing you here, I found a targeting called landing page optimization. I had no idea this was a target that I could hit and an interest that I could start layering into my Facebook ads. And I literally don't know anyone using this interest either. But it's working insanely well for me right now because it's targeting similar people who might like e-commerce websites, but through an interest. Not many people are actually using that. So that's why I love it. So that's the first method. Now, method number 2 is straight up old school. I can't believe people either still don't know about this, and I certainly can't believe that people have bailed on it. And that is audience insights. Now, to be fair, audience insights was crazy popular, and then people got tired of it, or they stopped getting fresh ideas, so they bailed. Also, there was a time when you could actually upload your own customers and see what demographics they fell under. But for obvious reasons, that info is no longer available, so Audience Insights really lost a lot of its sizzle. But that just means that those of us who aren't just looking for a quick solution and we're willing to put in the work and mine a little bit, we can find straight up gold. If you haven't heard of Audience Insights, you can find it in the tab in your ad account under Analyze and Report. Now, there are a lot of things that you can play with here, but I would encourage you to just get started by plugging in a few of your best performing interests and do 2 things. So here in my computer, I'm going to pull up Audience Insights, and I'm going to show you what those 2 things are. It starts out here by just showing you all demographics on Facebook. You want to make sure that you go to the left-hand side, right where it says interest, and you put in some interest here. So for example, we typed in dog rescue, okay? And dog rescue was a solid interest for us. Now you're going to see everything change over here. Sometimes it takes them a little bit longer to load up information. You can also come in here and you can layer that just with dogs or dog lover. So we'll type that in real quick. So we've got Dog Lovers Club, Dog Lovers We Love Dogs, Dog Lover Pet Supplies. And as you kind of layer these up, you'll find that Facebook shows you the different demographics that are available. So the first thing that you want to check out here is this demographics tab that we're looking at. This is going to help you understand your market better and create better ads, right? So that's for another video, but just to quickly show you, it's going to show you that 78% of people that fall into the dog category are actually women. And relationship statuses, 44% married, education levels, job titles even, right? Some pretty impressive stuff. All right, now second, and what's most important for this video is head over to the Page Likes tab and get an understanding for what pages they actually like. There's straight gold in here. I'm not kidding. I still use this to this day. All right, so if you go super broad with your initial search, the Page Likes tab is just going to give you what most people on Facebook generally like. But as you drill down and get more niche specific with your keywords, you'll start to find similar pages that you may never have heard of. So as I scroll down here, it's going to show me pages like cute emergency, sassy pants, dog spirit, like page if you love animals. And to the right over here, it's going to give you this affinity score. This is really how we identify what pages that we might potentially be able to use this targeting are going to be highly profitable for us. So the higher this affinity score is, the more related this page is to the exact keywords that we put in, which is dog rescue and dog lover. And so we can go in and potentially target cute emergency as a keyword for our targeting. And you'll see if I click on this here, it'll bring up the Facebook page, and it's a dog page with 456,000 or 465,000 people that follow the page. You can get product ideas from here, keyword ideas from here. It's pretty incredible, right? So we'll dig through these. Now, disclaimer, not every single page that shows up here will be usable as a keyword. You'll have to copy and paste these over here into Facebook, right? And see if they come up as keywords like cute emergency. Let's see if it comes up. Remember, it takes Facebook's API a little while to pull in these interests, but if nothing comes up, then that means you can't use that keyword. So just remember, you will have to come over here and copy and paste and copy and paste. And some of these will come up, some of them won't. But the ones that do come up are straight up amazing interest that you can target. All right. So that's number 2. Method number 3. And that's using the other digital giant, Google. I bet you didn't expect me to talk about using Google for Facebook ads, right? But seriously, If you're only using Facebook to find Facebook interest, you're completely restricting yourself to whatever Facebook thinks is most relevant and best for your business. Not only that, but think about how saturated these suggestions are going to be if you're completely relying on whatever Facebook recommends. So, how can you use Google to find super profitable interest? One way is to simply search for your main demographic. So if I'm selling a potty training gadget, I might search parents with toddlers and see what comes up. And you'll find a ton of magazines and blog articles and even authors, most of which you can probably use as targeting. But if you look here at my computer, if you come over here to Google and say you type in dog life vest and you scroll all the way down here to the bottom, right, you'll be able to see that Facebook will show different suggested keywords and searches that other people are looking for. So when we're talking about this other strategy, right, if you're even if you're targeting a person, for example, right, if you're targeting a celebrity or an author, if you search their name on Google, Google will literally put on the right side of your screen what people are also searching for and even who's trending in relation to that author or that celebrity or that type of product. So oftentimes I'll come here and I'll type in dog owners or pet products, and I'll look at these related searches and click on each of these, like rough wear, life jacket, and this will take me down another rabbit hole of other blogs and articles and brands that I might be able to leverage since they have large followings as Facebook interest. So don't just settle for Facebook's basic suggestions, and don't sleep on Google or other search engines like YouTube or Amazon to find more ideas. Honestly, I could do a whole training in itself on how to use search engines to drum up new targeting ideas, but I'll save that for another time. Now, method number 4 is using software. Now, full disclosure, I don't have a sponsor for today's video, so I'm going to be my own sponsor because I've built an insanely awesome software that will do something I truly believe can help a complete beginner crush it when it comes to finding Facebook interest. And it's super helpful for anybody that's looking to get highly profitable targeting. And that is a software called Interest Scout. Now, this is my personal software. I built this about a year ago. And what it does is it saves me time. I mean, all of the stuff that this finds is actually already on Facebook. I just don't have to dig for it. So, for example, Interest Scout will let me type in dog. And when I come over here and I type in dog, this software will connect to the API of Facebook. And instead of making me dig and dig and dig, it'll just show me every single keyword and every single interest that is related to dogs. So, for example, Dog Lovers Club, 2.8 million people. I can click right here and I can view it on Facebook. I can view any Google data on it. I can view audience insights like this. Watch, I click this, boom, audience insights is up. And now all of a sudden, I am doing research on people interested in Dog Lovers Club and finding more information about my demographics, other fan pages they're interested in that I could leverage as targeting. So what Interest Scout does for me is it saves a lot of time. And honestly, I discover more profitable interests that I would have never found otherwise. Here's another quick example. If I come over here to Facebook, and let's just say that I'm selling a wine product, okay? Wine is another big niche that I'm in. Not selling wine, but selling products around wine. If I come over here and I type in, say, wine, all right, Facebook is immediately going to show me the interest wine, food and wine, sparkling wine, wine tasting, red wine, dessert wine, and all of the good, actually good profitable interest. They're buried. I've got to search and type in more stuff and click on more stuff. And I mean, it's showing me all sorts of things that are not actually relevant, like Amy Winehouse, right? To, selling like red wine related items. And it's showing me the big interest that everybody else is targeting. So I would have to sit here and maybe spend 1 to 2 hours to really find the best targeting. But if I come over to my software called Interest Scout and I type in wine, and I hit search, it's immediately going to pull back every single keyword and interest related to wine, and it's not going to make me dig. So some of the things that we'll find here would be like, as I scroll down here, you'll find that it finds wine country, wine time, palm wine, so different wine clubs, winemaker, California wine, Bordeaux wine, port wine. It'll find barefoot wine and bubbly. So these are actually the interests that I really want to target for wine. So just for example, to make this super quick, I would just come here and say, I want to target, let's say, wine clubs and wine country and wine enthusiast magazine. Think about this. If somebody is subscribed to a magazine about wine, do you think that they're probably one of your more passionate buyers that are likely to buy some wine filters and wine cases and whatever it may be? I mean, heck, I sold tens of thousands of dollars of phone cases with a little red wine glass on the back of it, and you could shake it and the liquid would go around. So any of these targets that I want, I can come over here and I can just simply click on them. Orlando Wines, Wine Spectacular. And as I go through these and I look at how many people show up for it, and I do any due diligence and additional research like wine.com, I'll be able to click on these. We don't want Fleming Steakhouse, although that is a great steakhouse. I highly recommend it if one's in your area. I can go and click on all of the best keywords without typing and hitting enter, erasing, typing and hitting enter. And then up here, at the tip top, once I go through this, wow, there's a lot of great keywords for wine. So maybe we'll just stop there. I can go up here, copy all of these keywords to my clipboard, jump back over to Facebook and check this out. Instead of spending 2 hours here to find those keywords, I hit copy and paste, and you'll see all of them are listed in Facebook right here, right now. And I am set up to reach 7.7 million bullseye targeted wine lovers that are people that are on keywords and match the interests that everybody else in the world isn't competing with me on. So I've accomplished two things. I've saved an immense amount of time, and I found more profitable keywords with less competition. So that's why I built this tool. It also saves all of my keyword list and folders, so I don't have to do research every week. Heck, I can even search for keywords in Spanish if I want to. I could say what kind of keywords are showing up for wine, in Spanish or whatever it may be. So awesome tool. And there are lots of free ways that you can do keyword research. Obviously, that's in the first three methods. This fourth method is with a software that we created that plugs right into Facebook. If you would like to get this software, it's not thousands of dollars or anything like that. It's $20 on a monthly subscription. You can click below this video, look in the description. You'll see a link to get Interest Scout. It's your choice if you want to get it or not, but I wanted to show it to you because, wow, it just is an amazing piece of software. And I hope that you enjoyed today's video because targeting is the key to success. Once you start an e-commerce store or a lead generation business with affiliate marketing or a digital marketing and consulting business, it all comes back to targeting. And he or she that finds the best keywords, the best interest with the least amount of competition is likely to profit the most. And if you would like to learn more about targeting and more about how we find audiences on Facebook, make sure that you comment below. Make sure that you comment below and you tell me what you would like to learn from me. Because as I drop these new videos for you every single week, completely free, I want to make sure that I'm teaching you the stuff that you want to learn and that you need to know. Everything, all the resources that I've went over are also posted below in the description. Comment, give me your feedback, smash that subscribe button and that like button to let me know that you enjoyed this and make sure that you never miss out on another video. Oh, there's so many different things to do. Click the bell, turn on notifications so you get reminded when I drop these videos. And next week, I'll be back with another epic training for you, teaching you how to crush it with Facebook, crush it with Shopify, and build your own online empire. That's it for today. I'll see you next week.